Hey, Joe and Ben from PH Tennis, and following our top 5 strings, our string review, we had a lot of people talking about Solinco Hyper-G. It is a string that we had tried and that we like, but we didn't rate it higher than some of the ones that made our top 5. So we thought, given the feedback, we'd give it another test. That's what we're here to do today. I've got an E-Zone Tour strung at 52.
This is a Speed MP at 53.
So it's our usual rackets. It's the usual tension that we use, just in a string that we don't normally use. Caveat being that we do use strings that are very similar.
Yeah.
Ice Code, 4G Soft, Polytour Pro, very similar in the way that they are formed and in the way that they play. Big shout out to Ollie Grove, who tried this string and only turned it down because he said it was too garish.
I quite like it though.
I quite like it too, but Ollie Grove is a garish person.
I wasn't sure when I was putting it in.
Yeah.
But now I see it in, I kind of, yeah, I don't know.
I quite like it too. Let's see how it plays. Solinco Hyper-G is a square-profiled co-poly string that was developed alongside touring pros to ensure the highest standards were met. Now then, it promises playability, control, power, and spin. So that's all bases covered. It's available in a full range of gauges from 105 to 135, depending on your preference. And this is a high-end poly string for more experienced players who are playing often. So, we've just played with Solinco Hyper-G. All the hype for Hyper-G pushed us back onto court so we could play with it again. What did you think, Ben?
It's really, really hard to form a particularly sort of deep opinion about a tennis string.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, it's fine, it's good, it's a tennis string.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can certainly tell it's good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's a bad string, but I don't think it's any better than the strings we listed earlier, your 4G Softs, your Ice Codes, your Polytour Pros.
Yeah.
Like, they're all very good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't stand out. It doesn't stand out.
Except for the colour.
Yes.
So I think, yeah, I think that once you're in that realm of good poly strings, 4G Soft, Ice Code, and this certainly, the distance and the difference is tiny.
Yeah.
Is tiny to me. I don't think it feels quite as.
You're not getting that dwell time, are you?
No, funny enough, I don't think there's quite as much dwell time as there is to the 4G Soft. 4G Soft does feel more sort of luxury. It feels like it sits on the strings a little bit longer. But I'd say this is very similar to Ice Code.
Yeah.
Which again I don't like as much. Polytour Pro and then 4G Soft are my preferred strings, but the difference is minute.
Well, it's funny you mentioned it doesn't feel as luxury because it is a cheaper string, right?
Okay, yeah.
So, I mean, it's about half the price of 4G Soft.
Wow, okay.
It's a little bit cheaper than an RPM, a Head Links, an Ice Code, Polytour Pro, but so it is, of the strings we've listed there, it is the cheapest. I imagine if we tested it at a similar price point, we'd probably be saying something very different about how good it is.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so it's actually half the price.
So for half the price, it is good, right?
Yeah, and if you're stringing a lot, if you're breaking strings all the time, this is probably a better option in that sense.
Yeah,
even if it's not as luxurious.
Depends, doesn't it?
As plush.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, it's a perfectly good tennis string, the same way they all are.
Yeah.
Our advice would be, don't overthink it, don't panic, it doesn't matter too much. Play with your tensions before you start messing with the strings, I think would be fair to say.
Tension is massive. What was the percentage we worked out before? So if you
string your racket at £50 and then go up to 51, that's 2% change. So if you go from 50 to 55, you've changed your strings by 10%.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's 10% difference between Hyper-G and any of the others. So that's essentially what we're saying, right? Play with tensions, don't worry too much about the actual string itself.
Yeah, agreed. All right, join us for more.
Hope that helps. Yeah.
Follow us, subscribe. Hope that helps. Have fun. Thanks to Solinco.
Going so well.
Is he a person?
I don't know.